It is normal for every person to have a talent that he loves and is good at, and even seeks to hone throughout the seasons of his life. This is self-evident regarding normal people, but what about crazy people? What happens when someone decides to acquire a hobby? The hero of the video is a very strange man who took up a hobby, or what should be said about it, a job that has the strangest thing in it, which is filing cases, until he reached the point of filing more than 2,600 cases. In this article, I will show you some of the strangest cases he has filed. Jonathan Riches, a former federal prisoner, was born in the state of Pennsylvania, located in the city of Philadelphia, born on December 27, 1976. One day, Jonah was sitting thinking about his dear mother in his childhood days with her, how she loved him, took care of him, and made sure he was comfortable at night. But unfortunately for the mother, her son was smart because he had little upbringing at that moment, so he suddenly decided to file a lawsuit against his mother because she did not raise him well. Personally, I think he is right about that. It is impossible for a person like Jonah to have received a proper upbringing. It is amazing that he won that case and won $20,000. It is true that Jonah won those dollars, but of course he lost his mother, but that loss was not a big deal to him. At least his friends are still there to bear with him and share in his days of joy and joy. One day, Jonah agreed with his friends to go out somewhere to have fun, just as all friends do from time to time in this world. Because they set a specific time for the meeting, Jonathan arrived before everyone else at the appointed time, and kept waiting for his friends. As normal human beings, we are prone to not adhering to time and being late sometimes, either due to a circumstance or something else, but it seems that Jonah does not believe in the circumstances, so he issued an invitation to his friends for being late and issued other invitations because they mocked him jokingly, and thus Jonah lost his friends in exchange for other dollars added to his pocket. Jonah's strangeness did not stop there. Rather, he continued to find strange cases to file. He filed a lawsuit against all of his co-workers, his neighbors, and even his fiancée. Then he moved on to file lawsuits against the judges and lawyers who received his case, and he even sued the police. After he finished his acquaintances, he moved on to the famous Britney Spears and Martha Stewart, and he even filed a case against Portia, the Lincoln Memorial, and even Plato and the Eiffel Tower were not spared from him. The man became addicted to that, and he must have preferred going to the police station and the courts rather than going to the beautiful parks in his city. Thus, Guinness World Records decided to add him to the encyclopedia as the man who filed the most lawsuits in history. All he had to do was file a lawsuit against them on charges of defamation. Jonathan's story became very popular and famous, so journalists tried to interview him. In an interview, Jonah expressed his sadness and pain, highlighting how lonely he is, and that everyone is turning away from him for no reason. The reporter laughed. And how could the poor person hold himself in the face of these words when he knew the reason as well as we do? All Jonah had to do was file a lawsuit against the reporter and the channel, and then win $50,000. The total amount of money he won from his cases was $850,000. Later, Jonah diagnosed him as mentally disturbed, but that did not qualify him to enter a hospital because he does not use violence, but only files cases. On the other hand, for lawyers, Jonah was considered a trophy for them to display their skills in these trivial cases and gain fame, meaning that it was like a clever advertisement for them. I hope he doesn't see this video, maybe he will file a case against me, and who knows, maybe he will win it too. I hope you enjoyed it and don't forget to give your opinion about Jonah's condition. In your opinion, why does he do all these things? Is it a financial motive or is he actually psychologically ill and mentally ill?